We are now only one game away to seeing who will be in the 2025 Champions League final. Will it be Arsenal or PSG? Will it be Barcelona or Inter Milan? This is the deciding game, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions for these second leg games in the semi-final matches. In today's video, I'm going to be predicting the results for both of the two second leg semi-final games between Inter Milan and Barcelona and PSG against Arsenal. And obviously, if you guys agree with my predictions, remember to leave a comment down below. But if you disagree with my predictions and you think another team than to what I said is going to advance to the final, remember to leave your predictions down below, and I'll be sure to reply to every single comment. The first leg games were absolutely crazy, and I don't think anyone expected the results. So without further ado, let's get right into these predictions. Starting off with the first game on Tuesday, we have Inter Milan against Barcelona. Before we talk about the second leg game, we need to go back to the first leg because that was one of the craziest games that I've seen this season. I already talked about how the Man United vs Lyon game was probably the craziest game I've seen, but this game may just top that. The way that the game played out was absolutely crazy. How Inter Milan were up by 2 goals so early on. Barcelona scored 2 incredible goals to come back. Then Inter Milan went ahead again at the start of the second half, 3-2. But Barcelona came back 1 minute later, tying it up 3-3, and that was the final score of the game. Now, I will say that throughout the course of the full 90 minutes, Barcelona were the better team. They had over 70% possession. They had almost 20 total shots. But Inter Milan don't need a lot of shots. They don't need a lot of possession to win games or to score goals. And we saw a perfect display of that in this game. Inter Milan are one of those teams where they defend very well. They're very compact at the back. But when they see the opportunity, they can counterattack so quickly. And they caught Barcelona out on the counterattack many times. And if it wasn't for a offside call or Inter Milan not making use of their opportunities, they probably could have scored more goals. Denzel Dumfries was absolutely crazy in this game. Definitely the man of the match, scoring 2 goals and getting an assist for Thuram in that first goal 30 seconds after the start of the game. In my opinion, he completely changed this game, and without him, Inter Milan would not have gotten a draw from this game. But on Barcelona's team, we have to look at Lamine Yamal, because in that first leg game, he was crazy. Every single time he got the ball, he looked like he was going to score or get an assist or set up a beautiful play. And every time he had the ball, Inter Milan defensively did not look very good. They did not mark him very good. And that's where a lot of Barcelona's attacks came from. Now, coming into the second leg game, I do think that Inter Milan have the advantage because obviously they are playing at home, and we all know how incredible Inter's atmosphere is. The fans are. Playing in Milan is one of the hardest stadiums to go to and win. So I think it will be really, really tough for Barcelona. But they do have Robert Lewandowski back, who I think was a big miss in that first leg game. And I think this could definitely prove to be more difficult for Inter's defense. In the Serie A recently, Inter have not been playing that good. They haven't been able to score many goals. But even defensively, we saw against Roma, against Bologna, in the Coppa Italia, against AC Milan, that they were not very good defensively. And even in that first leg game against Barcelona, there was certain points in the game where they were playing very good defensively, like at the start of the game, but closer towards the end of the game, when the defenders got more tired, they were not playing good, and Barcelona were easily taking advantage of Inter's center backs. Now, one big advantage that Inter have over Barcelona, other than their amazing counter-attacking capabilities, is how tall their players are. They have loads of tall players in their team. If you look at Inter's center backs, Bastoni, Acerbi, Jan Bisek are all over 6'2", and even some of their attackers like Taremi, like Thuram, and like Marko Arnautovic are very, very tall players. And with how Inter play, swinging in so many crosses, I think they can definitely score by header multiple times in this home fixture. And again, looking back into that first leg game, we did see that Barcelona were struggling a little bit defensively, especially with their shorter players. So for that reason, I think Inter Milan definitely have the advantage. I think this is going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be much more of a low scoring game than the first leg was. And for that reason, after full time, I think it is going to be a 1-1 draw. But in penalties, I think Inter Milan will beat Barcelona and advance to the Champions League final. Moving on to the next game, we have PSG against Arsenal. In the first leg, I predicted that it was going to end in a 1-1 draw, but PSG ended up surprising me as they beat Arsenal 1-0 which many people did not expect. I heard so many videos of people saying that Arsenal were clearly the favorites and that they were going to dominate PSG, but I think everyone's forgetting that PSG have arguably the most technical players in the world. If you look at their midfielders, João Neves, Fabian Ruiz, and also Vitinha, such technical players, great dribbling, so calm on the ball. But even their attackers, with Dembele, with Desiree Doué, with Kvaratskhelia, they were able to get through Arsenal's defense so many times, and they could have definitely scored more than one goal. But PSG defensively in that first leg game did not look that good. We saw a lot of mistakes from Nuno Mendes, from Pacho, and Arsenal were able to take advantage of them defensively. And I think Arsenal definitely should have scored more goals. They had many great opportunities. I think they had more big chances than PSG did. But obviously they weren't able to capitalize off these chances. Obviously Merino did get that goal, which was ruled out for offside, and PSG did win the game 1-0. We all know how badly Arsenal need a striker, but recently it looks like Merino has been able to do the job. And in that first leg game, I think it was more Martinelli and Saka who didn't really perform as good as what I thought they were going to. Now, in the second leg game, I do think that Mikel Arteta is going to change up the lineup a little bit, where in the first leg, he played Merino in the midfield, where I think in the second leg, he most likely is going to put him back up as striker. But I still don't think that Arsenal playing away against PSG, which are a very attack-heavy side, I'm not sure if Arsenal are going to be able to keep them out. Now, there is some good news for Arsenal, because in that first leg game, Dembele did end up going off with what looked like a slight injury in the 70th minute. And at the time of recording this video, I don't know if he's going to be fit to play in the second leg. But if he is, I just think PSG's attack is too strong for Arsenal. We saw what Desiree Doué did in the first leg. He could have definitely scored a goal or two. Dembele and Kvaratskhelia were absolutely incredible. I just think PSG's attack is a little bit too strong for Arsenal. And with Gabriel missing, Kiwior, he was okay, but he wasn't anything special. I think PSG will take advantage of Arsenal. Could Arsenal come to Paris and win this game? They definitely could. They have the players, they have the manager, and they have the capabilities to do so. And if PSG don't perform good and they don't end up scoring, then I think Arsenal can definitely take advantage. But if PSG plays similar to how they did in that first leg game, where they come out firing straight off the bat, they score a goal very early on, I think they will be able to beat Arsenal. I think this is going to be another low scoring game similar to Inter versus Barcelona, but I do think PSG will just edge it over Arsenal, and I'm going to predict them to win this game 2-1. And that is the end of this video. Those were my predictions for the second leg games in the Champions League semi-final matches. If my predictions are correct, I think the Champions League final for 2025 will be Inter Milan against PSG, playing in Munich. Who will win? I think it will be a crazy matchup. If you guys are excited for the Champions League final, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for more videos.